Hello, movie lovers. From here to Wales, down around the States, all around the world. You know who you are. Let's talk about the movies I watched this week. I always got an itchy nose. Yeah, well, it's still hot here in Toronto. Alright, let's get on it. Here we go. You ready? Sitting down? I watched Jailbreak. 1936, watched it on TCM. Reporter Craig Reynolds investigates murder in a penitentiary. Some of these movies I don't understand because I don't get how a reporter can investigate a murder. I watched a few movies like that. A reporter investigates a murder. I never understand how they can do that. But anyway, stars June Travis, Barton McLean, he's in a lot of movies, and Richard Purcell, he's in a lot of movies too back then in the 30s and 40s. Yeah, so that's the one I watched. I gave it a 6. It's alright, but like I said, sometimes this is a movie I watched once, and if it comes on again, no, I'm not watching it again. Once is good enough. Yeah, big 6 for Jailbreak, 1936. Here's another one. I think I might even own this one, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. I gotta look. I gotta look. But this one's City for Conquest, 1940, starring Jimmy Cagney. Yeah. And Ann Sheridan. Arthur Kennedy in his first role. I guess in his first film role. It's Jimmy Cagney, right? He's working, he's got a job and stuff, he's happy. But he boxes on the side and all that stuff, right? So then his brother needs money to get into school, to get into music school, right? And they teach you music and all that stuff. So Jimmy takes a fight, gets money, sends his brother to school. It's all right, So, I mean, there's more to it than that, but I can't get into it too much because I'll give away the movie. But this movie I would watch again. No problems watching this movie with Jimmy Cagney. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I don't think there's too many 9s going around today, Ian. I don't think there's too many 9s. I don't even think there's a 9. But anyway, City for Conquest. Jimmy Cagney, 1940. Let's move it on. Next of Kin. Forgotten movie. Most people don't talk about this movie. But it's got Liam Neeson, thought how you pronounce his name, and Patrick Swayze. Now Patrick Swayze is a cop, I guess we'll call it, New York City, because I forget where they are. Anyway, and he actually came from up in the hills, right? What is it? Where the mountain people live, the Hicks, the hillbillies and stuff. And he's in town. I guess he was in the army for a while. Now he's a policeman, right? He's a cop, a detective, right? And his brother came down for a while, right, to get a job in the summertime to make some money. His brother's worked for this company that delivers, what do you call it, games, the slot machines, games, and what do you call it, cigarette machines. When they put cigarettes in the machine, you pay, back then you pay money, you get a pack of smokes. Anyway, his brother's driving around in a truck with another guy, and these guys that want to take over the business followed his truck. Anyway, Patrick Swayze's brother, boots it, right? He drives it with the truck. Anyway, they pull him over. In the back of the truck, they shoot him. Yeah, they shoot him dead. Yeah. Shoot him dead. And then Patrick Swayze's detective has to look and find out how does his brother die. Anyway, the brother that's in up at the hillbilly, Liam Neeson, right, he comes into town to find out who killed his brother. And that's the basic of the story. So it's not a bad story. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I give it a 6 though. A 6. Yeah. Interesting story, interesting concept. But, it's one of those bad, so it only gets a 6. If you haven't seen it, it's alright, it's good for a watch, but, one watch, or, another watch a few years from now. Alright, what else did I watch? I watched on TCM. Pretty sure it's TCM. Mysterious Island, Jules Verne. You know Jules Verne. It was Harryhausen's Ray Harryhausen. Is that how you pronounce his name? Yeah, 100th birthday. They're showing some of his stuff on TCM. So I watched Mysterious Island. It's a story of Union soldiers in a balloon, you know, and they get blown up way to free out there. They end up landing on an island, right? So they're on this island for a while, and they come across a giant friggin' crab. Yeah, big friggin' gigantic crab. They come across a giant bee and a giant friggin' chicken. Yeah, it's not bad. I haven't seen this one in donkey's ages. Years and years and years and years. I have seen it before, but I don't remember when. But it's fun. It's all right. It's a movie that's got big, I wouldn't call them monsters. They're just giants, you know, and there's a reason behind why they're giants, but you're going to have to watch the movie to find out, right? So I gave that a 6. It's worth a 6. It's worth a watch. Yeah. Ray Harryhausen, 100th birthday. That was, I think, last week or something like that. Isn't that right, Rob? Yeah. Movie, Rob. And I watched Bomba, the Jungle Boy, right? Starring Johnny Sheffield. You know, the guy that was in the Tarzan movie? The young boy that played Boy in the Tarzan movies? Yeah, he was in that for a while. And I guess when Johnny Weissmuller and got too old and paunchy for Tarzan movies, right? I guess Boy kind of went off and started doing his own thing. He ended up playing Bomba for a few movies. I don't know how many he did. I never really looked it up, but he did a few of them, and they were all okay. Then you know they're all right. They're not that long, maybe what, an hour or more, a little over an hour. So yeah, 1949. Yeah, Johnny Sheffield, who played Boy in the Tarzan series of movies. A young girl, right, with her father and her guide. They're in the woods, in the jungle, right, tramping through the jungle. And they're, you know, taking movies and taking pictures and stuff. And the young girl gets kind of lost. And, of course, Bomba comes across her and finds her and helps her. And they hang around together and go swimming together. And he gives her an outfit, like a jungle outfit, right? Like a tiger skin type of outfit, and she wears that. It's all fun, right? It's all fun. And then he tries to take her back to her father, and her father's looking for her. And they, you know, they're both trying to hook up together to bring her back to her father. So, yeah, it's all right. Most of the Bomba movies are okay. I give it a 6. It just gets a 6. It's a little ditty of a movie. That's all. I don't even know any of these know Bomba. Yeah. They made a comic book. What was it? One or two of them? 1 or 2 comics? Back in the 60s? Bomba. I think DC did it. Gotta remember all these things. I don't know, was it in Showcase or was it in his own comic book? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I also watched, this is Next to Kin. So that's Next to Kin, yeah. So that gets a 6. What else did I watch here? Oh yeah, okay, so I also watched Kick-Ass 2010, pretty sure it's 2010. You want to be a superhero and you read comic books and you're a kid and you wonder why there's no real superheroes? Well, this is the reason why. Except for he finds out, right, there are a couple of real superheroes. And one of them's called, they're both here. One's called Big Daddy, which is over here, and Hit Girl, which is here. And this movie's a riot. It's fun. What did I give it? I gave it a 7. I've seen this movie a few times over the years. Kick-Ass. Aaron Johnson, yeah, he's the kid. And Christopher Mintz-Plasse, he's the other kid that dresses up as Red Mist. Mark Strong's the bad guy, right? He's the gangster. And what's her name? Troy Grace Moretz? She's the young girl, the hit girl. And Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage does a good role in this. I like him in this movie. So that's Kick-Ass. 2010 gets a 7 out of 10. Alright, what else did I watch? I watched Rocky 5. I had to take a breath with this one. This one came out in 1990, right? Tommy Morrison, he's in it. Not a very good actor. I don't even know he was a very good fighter. Was he? I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, Rocky has again hit rock bottom, right? He's a bum. Well, you gotta watch the movie, right? It finds out that Rocky has brain damage. You know, things are a little loose in the brain department. You know what I mean? They're hanging there, right? They're not connected. There's a few light bulbs gone, right? So he's not supposed to fight. So he's a little bit, I guess I'd be depressed too. So this young guy shows up and he wants Rocky to train him, right? Tommy Morrison. Tommy Gunn. Tommy Gunn. What a name, eh? I would never name my kid Tommy Gunn. Anyway, all these movies starts off, of course, Rocky, right? Rocky. Then it goes, instead of going uphill, they actually, every one of them goes downhill. So this one, Rocky 5, gets a 5 out of 10 because it's not a very good movie. We already know what's going to happen. So, like I said before, you already know what you're watching a movie that you pretty well kind of know what's going to happen, right? So yeah, and hopefully most of you know this movie, what happens at the end, right? Well, yeah, so 5 out of 10. Now we come across this movie here, Pet Sematary. Haven't watched it in friggin' I don't know how many years. Let's put that aside here for a moment. Pet Sematary, 1989, starring Dale, what's his name, Midkiff, 1989, yeah, and Stephen King. This guy and his wife, his little 2-year-old son, and his, I don't know, 5-year-old daughter move into a house, a nice house. And right outside his house, there's transport trucks riding up and down the road every minute and a half. 18-wheelers whizzing by. And he, for some particular reason, didn't really notice the trucks when he went to look at the house. That's what I'm thinking. And there's this old fart that lives across the street in another house, right? Oh, what's his name? Yeah, he was in the Munsters. I think it was the Munsters. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going too long with this. So, this movie's terrible. This one's terrible, and Pet Sematary 2 is terrible. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if I got Pet Sematary 2. But this Pet Sematary, you know, I'm talking about going out in the hallway, you walk down the hallway here and I got a dumpster. There you open up the door and you throw shit down. This one is going in the dumpster. Just like that. I don't have it anymore. Garbage. I'll never watch it again. If you like it, fine, but this is a terrible movie. It's, to me, now that's just me, it stinks. And the reason I'm giving it a 2 out of 10 is because of the beginning of the movie for a minute and the end of a movie for a minute. And after that, it stinks. I'm throwing it in the garbage. Never to watch it again. I'm going to chuck it. Alright, enough of that shit. What else? Oh yeah, I also watched Earth versus the Flying Saucers on TCM. 1956. Another another Ray Harryhausen movie. Yes, for his birthday. They showed a few of his movies on TCM. After a series of flying saucer sightings, you know, everybody sees a flying saucer, right? They're flying around up there, right? Scientists discover mysterious forces are interfering in space experiments. Now, these guys got these rocket ships. They're up there flying around, picking up, all these things, reasons why they're flying around, information for everything. And for some particular reason, they're not there anymore. They're gone. Like, they're missing, right? They're no longer there. How many are up there flying around? 10. Well, how many are up there flying around? None. So they're all gone. Yeah, they're all gone. Well, we're gonna send up another one. Number 11. Okay, so that's going up. So, the guys in the flying saucers decide to land on Earth to talk to people, right? They sent them a message. The only problem was when they sent them a message, it was going by so fast that he couldn't, what's his name, Hugh Marlowe, which was in a lot of movies back then in the 50s, and these science fiction movies, as far as I know, he was in a few of them. He gets the message, but it goes by so fast, like real quick, that he doesn't understand what they're saying. So they're there, right? They land on Earth, right? They start blowing things up. And then Earth, the members of Earth, have to find a way to destroy these flying saucers. So they work against time to come up with this machine to see if they can destroy these flying saucers. And that's what this movie's about. So that's Hugh Marlowe and Joan Taylor. Nice looking young lady. 1956. I gave it a 6. 6 out of 10. Earth versus the flying saucers. Alright, what else? Love Affair. Love Affair. Yes, starring Charles Boyer and Irene Dunne. She's a cutie. Irene Dunne, she's cute. Anyway, Best Picture nominee. About two engaged people, they're already engaged, right, to other people, who fall in love on a cruise ship. Now, they're both on a cruise ship, and they fall in love with each other. Isn't that wonderful? Yes. And they drink pink champagne together. Cute. Anyway, they're on a cruise ship, and then when they dock, on the way back to where they came from, I think it's New York, I'm pretty sure it's New York, right? Because they're going to meet on top of the Empire State Building 6 months from the time they dock, right? To see if they still have a love for each other. So they dump the people that they're engaged to, right? They get rid of them. And 6 months later, in time, they're going to meet at top of the Empire State Building. Now, Charles Boyer shows up, right? And he's standing up there waiting, right? He's waiting. He waits all night. He waits at 12 o'clock until they shut down the elevator. And he goes downstairs. And he's never met her. So he doesn't know what happened, right? So he doesn't know what happened. So the thing is, that's what happens. After they, they disembark from the boat, they have to give themselves 6 months just to find out if the feelings are still there, right? They still want to go through this. They got 6 months. So they're going to meet 6 months, like I said, on top of the Empire State Building. I think it's, is it Christmas Eve or New Year's or something like that? But yeah, so they want to see if they still love each other. So in order to find out what happened, you're going to have to watch the movie. Because I cannot, I cannot tell you what happens. And why he's there, but she doesn't show up. But there's a good reason why she doesn't show up. But I can't tell you why. So that's Love Affair. 1939, people. 1939. Some very good movies happened in 1939. Now, let's go on to the other one. Somebody else watched this movie this week. I think his name was Ian. Anyway, I watched Bus Stop. Yeah, I recorded it. It was on TCM. I recorded it a while ago. I don't own the movie. I don't have it in my possession, right? Bus Stop. So I watched it on TCM. 1956. It's a story about a cowboy who's been living on a farm for 21 years. Yeah, 21 years. Imagine living on a farm for 21 years. And he goes to the rodeo. He wants to go to the rodeo, right? So he hops in a bus with his buddy, which is Arthur O'Connell, playing the guitar. And he ends up going to Texas, I think it's Texas, for the rodeo. Now, he also wants to get married. He wants to find an angel, and he wants to get married. So Nothing wrong with going to the rodeo and finding an angel and marrying her. Nothing wrong with it at all. So he walks into this bar to drink, and who's there in the bar trying to sing the song is Marilyn Monroe. And now he wants to marry her. So he kidnaps her, throws her on a bus, and takes her home, or heading home, right? But she doesn't really want to get married. So he kidnaps her anyway. She's yelling and screaming, she doesn't want to go. He throws her over his shoulder. She's on the bus, she's trying to get off the bus. And yeah, so another movie, I can't tell you the ending of it, because you have to watch it for yourself to find out. Now this movie, this is the first time I ever saw Bus Stop, yes. First time. I don't really remember seeing it before. I don't know why, I don't think I did. But this movie gets a 6 out of 10. Don Murray, I think this was his first movie. He's in it yelling, screaming, yelling, doing some more yelling, and doing some more screaming, and doing some more yelling, and not paying any attention to anybody. No, you can't do that. No, he does. Anyway, Arthur O'Connell tells him, no, you can't do that. He does it anyway. Everybody tells this stupid fuck that, no, you can't do it. He does it anyway. Yeah. I mean, you can't kidnap a girl and throw her on a bus. Anyway, he does it anyway. So, I think Hope Lang was in it too for a bit. She had a 10-minute part in it. Yeah, Arthur O'Connell. I liked him in it. I thought he was alright. But Marilyn Monroe and Don Murray, he was going to be the next James Dean. Yeah, they were making him out, dressing him up and putting him in front of the camera, thinking that he's going to be the next James Dean. Well, I don't think that happened. For some particular reason, he never turned into the next James Dean. But I wasn't really crazy over this movie. I give it a 6 out of 10. Why? I don't know why. I don't think I'll watch this again. Once is good enough for me for Bus Stop. Alright, what else did I watch? Oh yeah, I watched this one. Got a sleeve and everything. Look inside. .3D glasses. It's a 3D movie. Well, the other side is. It's a 2D. I watched it on widescreen. I never wore the glass. I don't have, that's not a 3D TV, so I didn't think that was going to work right with the glasses. But anyway, I watched this from 2008, I guess. Yeah, Brendan Fraser and Josh Hutcherson. That's the young guy, the kid, and a young girl by the name of Anita Brim, B-R-I-E-M, Brim, which I don't know much about her either, but I thought this was a very well done movie. It's a little different from the 59, 60 version? Yeah, I don't have any seen that one, but yeah, it's a little different. Same story, but different. So, you know, they travel, they get down to the, travel down through the earth and get to the middle and stuff like that. He goes looking for his brother, which is this young guy's father and stuff, and they start, heading down to the earth. They come across a few things, right? But it's all right. I won't get into too much, because if I tell you too much, it will spoil it for you. But yeah, the covers kind of moves around a bit, shines and stuff, but that's all right. Yeah, so what did I give this? I gave it a 7. It's worth a 7, right? All right, and of course the last movie this week, or it wasn't the last one, Jurassic World. I talked about this earlier on the Grumpy Old Gentleman on Films channel. I discussed this one. This was Mike's pick for the month of July. I don't know if Mike watched it or not yet, but I watched it this week. Chris Pratt, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's about dinosaurs, about the island, and the two boys, young boys, right, go to the island, and their ditzy aunt, is supposed to look out for them, and she tells her helper, secretary / to look after the two boys, right, and take them around, and you know, they got passes and stuff. Anyway, I already talked about this, so there's Jurassic World, gets a 7 out of 10. And that's it. That's the movies I watched this week. So don't forget to put any comments down below. And yeah, comments. All right, people. I do hope you're all staying safe. I do hope you're wearing your mask inside. What else is there to say? It's hot here in Toronto. I don't know how many times I got to mention that. I've got my air conditioner on, so I'm nice and cool here in my place. I did walk out this afternoon and go down to Shoppers Drug Mart and put an order in for some pills, because I'm an old fuck. And I go out tomorrow to pick them up tomorrow morning. At least it gets me out of the house. I go for a walk down the street and drop into Shoppers and pick up my pills and come back home. It's a kind of excitement I get. But yeah, have a good weekend. Have a good week. Keep watching those movies. Later. Take care.